Hello, all of my Candace Owens fans and cult members. We are here today to watch another Candace Owens video. You know what I'm saying? Drop a like, leave a comment, let me know you're in here. We finna have fun tonight. If you guys thought that I was going to get off of her neck, I'm sorry, but we not letting up over here. I don't know who the fuck y'all think y'all are or who y'all thought y'all was coming at, because when the truth is on your side, which is something that clearly Candace loves to avoid, it ain't really gonna work. It's not gonna fly too much. Candace decided to talk about the Sonya Massey situation. I will be honest, I have not watched this video, but I've seen one clip to let me know that this woman will continue to show you that she is full of shit, she is a liar, and she does not care about truth, facts. She only cares about feelings and being a fucking grifter for her base. That's it, period, point blank. For anybody that's confused, before you watch the video for 3 minutes and then get your feelings all hurt, I'm not going to be on Candace's side. And people click on the video and I guess they think they're going to hear some great things. All y'all could keep all that shit over there. I don't even mind people disagreeing with my videos, but again, do not disrespect me, because I will not disrespect you unless you bring it. And I will go further than you will. You don't know me, I don't know you, but I'm probably a lot funnier than you. We all know Sonya Massey was killed by a police officer in Champaign, Illinois, I believe. Springfield, Illinois. Sorry if I got the city mixed up. They entered her home. She had a pot of boiling water. They told her to cut it off. And when she did, she got scared. He said he was going to shoot her in the face, which he continued to do. He shot her in the face. It's pretty inexcusable behavior. So let's see what Candace Owens had to say about this situation.
Obviously, we expect right before election time, things get crazy every single time. And typically there seems to be a story that is
I just want y'all to know, all you Candace stands, she is setting a tone that is completely irrelevant to what happened. I just want you guys to know, around election time, everything gets crazy. What the fuck does that have to do with the rogue cop? Please tell me what that has to do with one another. All this is narrative feeding.
Targeted to Black America, because they always want Black America enraged and angry, and therefore
who is they?
For voting and acting without. I
want to know what the fuck this cop that shot this woman has to do with voting and America and Black people getting angry. Please tell me.
A cool mind, like not without a level head, right? You're supposed to just be angry, and whichever party gets behind you and your anger is supposed to be the party that you support. That's exactly.
All of this is irrelevant. Tell the story, Candace.
Why George Floyd, that was perpetuated around the world with very little facts and a lot of emotion. Well,
she got her fucking nerve. She still says George Floyd died from freaking fentanyl, when in the autopsy it said he was killed because of the compression of his neck that allowed him to not breathe. And she's still saying this fentanyl shit. I'm sorry, like, I'm going to be raging this whole video. I'm not letting up.
People are wondering if it's supposed to be the second George Floyd story, given the fact that the President of the United States has already tweeted about it. So I'm going to at first tell you what took place. There was a 36-year-old Black woman in Illinois who had called 911 for help. And she essentially, and I'm going to show you the video, definitely seems to be just out of it, I guess is the best way to say.
I believe she's schizophrenic. I believe she did have mental health issues.
She's acting quite erratically. And in the video, you are just wondering what's going on. She doesn't seem to really know what's going on, and you can't predict her next move. Now, we're not going to show you the portion where she is acting.
I love how she's trying to make it seem like there was some rationale behind this cop's behavior. You don't know what she's going to do. You know, she's erratic. Now, granted, her behavior was strange. Threatening, not if you ask me. Wasn't threatening, but it was extremely strange.
Actually shot, because it would be taken down from YouTube. But I do want you to watch this footage up until the moment that she is shot, so I can give you my opinion of it. Take a look.
Yeah, you have an ID, that'd make things so much easier. I just need shit. Just driver's license will do, and then I'll get out of your hair.
I want to show y'all my paperwork.
I will get your paperwork.
What paperwork?
Okay. I got some paperwork.
Well, just get your ID real quick.
Well, let's get your ID first, and then...
One task at a time here.
Okay. Let me
here, grab your ID for me.
Okay.
Your ID. One task at a time. So let's do an ID, and then you can dig around for your paperwork.
I don't know where my ID
You
is.
have,
Now I'm realizing her paperwork was probably her medical diagnosis. Ain't that a bitch? She said, I got some paperwork I want to show y'all. She was probably trying to let them know that she is diagnosed with some type of mental illness or disability. I don't know at all, but I am pretty sure that's what happened, which is fucked up.
That stack right there, maybe.
1 second.
check on her.
Let me get this.
No, we don't need a fire while we're here.
Right. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Where you going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Huh?
Rebuke you in the name
You
of
better not. I swear to God, I'll shoot you right in your face.
She said, I'll rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And he said, I swear to God, you better not. I'll shoot you in your fucking face. What cop needs to talk to anybody like that, especially somebody that's not a fucking criminal? I don't know if he just never heard the term, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus or whatnot, but this is a 30-some-year-old woman in her house talking. And you talking about, I'll shoot you in your fucking face. Even if she said, like, I don't like cops, that doesn't warrant him saying, I'll shoot you in your fucking face. Are you serious? That's not the decorum we expect from the police. And he told her what he was going to do and continued to do it. So I'm not saying it's first degree murder, but it was damn sure a thought that came through his mind.
So after he says that, he does in fact shoot her, and she dies. And what my understanding is that she shot him in the head. So those two deputies, you have
She
Deputy
said
Sean
she
Grayson.
shot him. I feel like that's a Freudian slip. She said she shot him. Of course, it was a misspeak, but it just feels like a Freudian slip probably because of the way her brain is really working. She don't give a fuck.
What my understanding is that she shot him in the head. So
She
those two
shot
deputies,
him.
you have
That was
Deputy
a
Sean
Freudian
Grayson,
slip.
another one who I'm not sure. At first, they're obviously speaking calmly to her in the home, and then
They're speaking calmly. Yeah, are you going to address the fact that well, you did just address it, but what do you mean they're speaking calmly? He got very aggressive with her.
she goes to the stove to turn off the pot of boiling water, and then she picks up the pot, and the other deputy steps up away from the hot steaming water. Now, when this first was spoken about, we were told that, I don't know, there was some sort of a threat with the boiling water. Sure, yes, she's acting erratically, and there is a situation in which she could have thrown the boiling water at the police officers, but they were nowhere near her. And then they shoot her, which to me, given the context of the fact that you knew that this woman was not mentally there, and even if she did throw a boiling...
I don't think he knew, but he should have known. A police officer is supposed to be able to pick up on certain things like that.
Water.
Which is part of the problem, because we also later find out that this guy has a history of fucking being a menace to society prior to having this job.
At you, I don't see how saying, she said, I will rebuke you. I think she said, in the name of the Lord. And then he says, no, you will not, because I will shoot you. I mean, that is like very extreme,
Exactly.
very aggressive. And he then proceeds.
Look at Candace making some fucking sense for once.
She says, I will shoot you in the face. I mean, that's just like, what are you even talking about? Over a woman with boiling water. In my opinion, he should have simply used his taser if he felt threatened by the steaming water. Or if he felt that he absolutely had to use his gun, why didn't he shoot her in the foot? Or
Now, what the fuck are you talking about? Shoot her in the foot. All the fucking BLM riots, all the conversations about police shooting, and everybody should know by now, police are not trained to shoot anybody in the foot, which is just a bigger risk of hurting somebody else and missing and not hitting your target, and you end up just putting bullets all over the place. They always shoot to kill at center mass. I don't know how the fuck he shot her in the face exactly. But the point is to shoot center mass and immobilize your target. You're not trying to shoot anybody in the foot. They're not trained marksmen with super laser focused scope 48XP laser sight accuracy. That's not what they're trained to do. No matter how close or far you are, they're not trying to shoot nobody in the fucking foot. And we learned that through all the fucking shootings around 2020.
or somewhere lower. This just did not seem like an appropriate response to me whatsoever.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Candace, y'all think she's so fucking smart. And I think that we've all learned that police are not meant to try to shoot you like they're fucking marksmen. That's never been the case. If you didn't know prior to all the shooting that happened in 2020 and prior, what the fuck was you doing? And you're a political pundit.
Now, parking that aside, of course, as I have said since the beginning of time, there are mistakes that police officers are human beings. There are mistakes that happen. And the idea that now you're going to use this situation and all
mistakes do happen with police. The problem is that he didn't even prepare for this situation. Like I said, we found out he has a whole history of getting in trouble with jobs and getting fired and quitting, reprimanded for different things. And he didn't care about any type of precaution. One of y'all could have simply it's two of y'all. Ma'am, can you stand by me? Partner, go turn off the water, whatever, get it out of the way. We'll all stay over here. I got to make sure I can see your hands. Can you stay on the couch? Why are you telling her to go turn the water off and then getting mad at her for being near the hot water and now you feel threatened? You could have neutralized that situation.
All the usual suspects are already involved. We
know I'm not a cop, but my brain will always be minimize any type of freak accidents or somebody having to get shot. I will want to minimize that option as much as possible given any situation.
Crump is already involved to then try to make Black Americans believe that this happened simply because she was Black is pointedly ridiculous.
I don't know if it was because she was Black. We don't have any proof that it was because she was Black, but damn it, that didn't help. I don't know if it was because she was Black, but I do know that that officer has had a history of being a menace, and his behavior towards her was prejudiced for one reason or another. I don't know if it's because she was Black. I don't know if it's because she was a woman. I don't know if it's maybe she was in a low-income area. I don't know what it is, but there was some type of prejudice with that woman, or he's just fucking crazy. That's really the only two options.
So I am saying to Black Americans today, do not take this bait. Yes, what happened in this situation, I think he's going to have a very hard time, this officer, saying that he absolutely felt so threatened by boiling water that the only solution was for him to mindfully say, I'm going to shoot you in the face, and that's what he did. I think that's going to be a very steep hill to climb. But the reaction from Black America cannot be exactly what they want. There is a reason that whoever is in control of Joe Biden's account instantly tweeted about this, okay? It's because they think we're stupid. They think we're emotional. I think that we always respond illogically and emotionally.
I feel like you think everybody's stupid and emotional. And why are you saying that when we don't think that? It doesn't take Joe Biden tweeting something that he feels or his team feels he should tweet to make Black people feel like that this was something about race. I'm not jacking it that this was simply done out of racism, because I don't know. I don't call everything racism just because one person's Black and one person's white in the situation. It just has to be fucking racist. Then I'll call it racist. Or if they have a history of being racist, then I'll call it racist. But I do know that that cop ain't shit. That woman didn't deserve to get shot. And the fact that she was Black and he was white makes it worse, especially because she was a woman too. You really shouldn't even feel that threatened because she was a woman. It just doesn't look good. And if people want to say that this happens to Black people, then they have that right, because it does happen to Black people on a worse rate than white people.
And that it's an easy way for them to shore up votes by saying, oh, look, forget that we've destroyed everything around you and that we got you to burn down your neighborhood.
Wait, what?
Always respond illogically and emotionally, and that it's an easy way for them to shore up votes by saying, oh, look.
What do you mean votes? Why do you think this shit is about votes? Does these people brain think that no human can just fucking have empathy? Like, this is about votes. You think Joe Biden's gonna not speak on a situation this serious? I don't think it's just about votes, but it's about being a fucking human. Yes, he can't speak on every single thing that happens in America every day, but this is a pretty big fucking deal. This is a big one, the way that went down. This is another George Floyd. It's that bad. It was a blatant murder.
Forget that we've destroyed everything around you and that we got you to burn down your neighborhoods.
Who, how? Joe Biden nor any Democratic politician has ever said burn down buildings and destroy stuff and be violent. They've never condoned that. So who are you talking to? What do you mean we made you? There was a problem with police killing unarmed Black people. It was happening way more than it should. It should never happen, especially with unarmed people. It should never happen. Honestly, if we're gonna be honest.
burned down your neighborhoods in 2020 and then obviously stole a bunch of money because none of that money actually went to make.
Nobody is supporting the organization of BLM. Again, nobody's supporting them.
Your neighborhoods better. And so now those communities are desolate. Forget all of that, because look, another video. And this means racism is back, and vote for us because we're going to show you how emotional we are. And that's exactly what Joe Biden did. He tweeted this on the heels. He wrote, Sonya Massey, a beloved mother, friend, daughter, and young black woman, should be alive today. Sonya's death at the hands of a police officer reminds us that all too often black Americans face fears for their safety in ways many of the rest of us do not. Sonya's family deserves justice. I am heartbroken for her children and family as they face this unthinkable and senseless loss. Jill and I mourn with the rest of the country, and our prayers are with Sonya's families, loved ones, and community during this devastating time. Okay, again, going to say here, this happened in Springfield, Illinois, that the only reason whoever is in control of his account is putting that out there is because too many black Americans are turning toward Trump. They think too many.
No, the fuck they're not. What are you talking about? Trump isn't gaining anything, especially after Kamala has been nominated. Trump has peaked. Trump is not gaining anybody, especially with these goofy ass things that him and JD Vance have been saying and doing. Trump has peaked. All he's either going to do is stay where he was always going to be or lose support. The Democrats have to do something completely insane to lose the traction that they've been gaining on Trump. They only can really go up unless something completely crazy happens, which I don't see. But more black, and this has nothing to do with Trump. This is a terrible thing. Nobody was thinking about, Trump, I'm going to Trump. This black person got shot. Oh, fuck Trump. This has nothing to do with Trump.
Black Americans are catching on to the Democrat scan. And so.
Scam. I'm guessing you mean scam. What the fuck are you talking about? How about all of the fucking whistleblowing, dog whistling Trump has been doing with acting like he's finna be a dictator? What about that? What about the close ties that that's been coming a little bit more his way to Project 2025? He says it's not him. I'll take his word for it for that, because that would be a big shift to turn around and fall into it. But he leans more into it than any Democrat does. He wants to have police immunity. You think this is a good narrative to have while he's literally just days ago saying he wants to give police full immunity so they could do their job? This man will walk away from this right now unscathed if police were immune completely. And that's what Trump is talking about. So what the fuck are you talking about?
Scam, pardon. And so they scan every one of these situations and they leave out the hard facts. And the hard facts are that if you examine this just based on a percentage rate, white Americans unarmed are more likely to be shot and killed by police officers in mistakes, shot and killed by police officers in these correspondences than black Americans. That is a fact. It is
You sick fuck. I don't like this woman, because we all know that when people say you're more likely to be shot as a black person than white is per capita. The rate is not equitable whatsoever. There are more white I should not have to explain this to this grown-ass woman in her big-ass age. There are more white people. Yes, more white people get shot and killed by the police because by numbers, it's more of them. So that's what makes the most sense, right? Wrong. The point is that compared to being 13% of the population, we're like fucking hundreds, only 100 few black people are killed by white people every year. It's barely even between 200. Now, I will say there is an overinflation of people acting like black people get killed by the police like every day or something. The number in itself isn't high. Like, it's not this thing that's like super problematic that like we need a whole government reform. There do need to be changes police reform. There do need to be changes within the structure of how the police conduct themselves. Something does need to happen. But for them to be 60, 70% of the population and we're 13, yet our numbers are super close as far as how many people die by the hands of the police unarmed a year, it's unacceptable. That's the problem, Candace. So yes, more white people. There's more white people. So yeah, more white people get killed by the police. But for you to act like you don't understand what per capita means shows either you're a fucking blatant liar or you're a complete idiot.
It's an inescapable fact. There's no way to examine the statistics and not come out.
There is a way. It's to be fucking honest with the statistics and interpret them for what they are. You can't just, you should be smart enough to know that just looking at raw numbers doesn't tell you a full story.
With that understanding, okay? And they don't want you to know that. There's never been a time ever on his timeline where he has shared anything about a white person being killed unarmed by a police officer because it doesn't feed their narrative. So stand up.
Wait, if they were wrongly killed, people care. First of all, everybody tried to act like Kyle Rittenhouse did the worst thing on earth when he killed some white people, even though it was in self-defense. People are still mad at Kyle Rittenhouse for shooting them people, and it was fucking a open shut case of self-defense, and people are still mad at him. So, Candace, get it together.
To this, okay? And all you have to do is be mentally forthright. Do not.
And he's not the police, but the point is, if it's a problem that's big enough, everything doesn't get traction. Like there's probably cases of things that we don't hear about that don't get noticed, but white people being killed wrongfully does get news coverage.
Fall for the scam. Do not run out of your house. Do not burn down your neighborhood in Springfield, Massachusetts. Instead, demand.
You fucking idiot, Springfield, Massachusetts. Care about the fucking story you're covering.
That Joe Biden make an appearance and let us know who has been in control of the White House all of this time. Because that is
what the fuck? How did we get here?
Who sits. Instead, demand that Joe Biden make an appearance and let us know who has been in control of the White House all of this time.
Don't be mad at a police officer killing an innocent woman. Be mad that Joe Biden needs to tell us who's been in the White House. For her to be talking about deceit and scanning stuff and lying to people, this is bullshit. This is a narrative. All of you just told this. We're talking about a woman that has been wrongly murdered by the hands of the police. And you want Joe Biden to say who's been in the White House? He has. Y'all just losing y'all fucking mind because he's aging and can't speak as quickly and as coherently as he used to, as if he's demented. I don't think Joe Biden's out of his mind and doesn't know what room he's in and what's up from down. I think he's able to make a decision if he needs to. He's able to talk about policies if he needs to. He's able to sign off any policies that he wanted to pass. Joe Biden could do his job, but the speaking part was the part where he was lacking.
Time, because that is what this is supposed to be. This is supposed to be a red herring. All right, guys, I do want to get into some of your comments. Also, I realize
a red herring. You fucking scumbag piece of shit. I'm not stopping. I don't give a fuck. Y'all can flood my comments again. I don't give a fuck. Y'all got me fucked up if y'all think that this is somebody worth taking up for. She is so deceitful that it's fucking disgusting. Yeah, white people getting killed by the police wrongfully is not okay. But we're not going to sit here and act like the rate that it happens to black people should be anywhere close as what happens to white people. And if white people don't get out and rally for it, then that's not okay. Then that's not something that you should be mad at us for. Yell at white people for not rallying behind the white people that don't want to do it. Black people have the issue themselves at a worse rate. So black people don't have the time to be rallying to worry about every single person that gets killed by the police unarmed. Although we do when it's blatant as fuck when we see it, we still get upset about it. So I don't even know where the fuck you get that from. At the end of the day, Candace is full of shit. And if you support somebody that's full of shit, I think you're the shit that she's consuming. And that's why you're a piece of shit too. If y'all made it to this point of the video, leave a like, comment, sub. If not one, then all three. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.